Today I'm gonna tell you why I avoid taking photos with the phone. Welcome to this channel about photography, where the videos are crappy, but the advice is good, hopefully. I have an iPhone XR that I've been using for 1 year, and before this I had an iPhone 6 Plus that I used for 4 years. So 5 years of iPhone, and in all this time I don't remember taking too many artistic photos with the phone. Of course, I used it for photographing documents, posters, or the gas meter, but I rarely used it for creative purposes. The reason I haven't been using it pisses me off, and I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, let me exclude something that you all may assume, that I'm a photographer who uses a normal camera, and when I'm comparing the camera with the phone, the difference in image quality pisses me off. No, it's not that. Poor image quality is the second most hated thing by me. It's clear that the phone can beat a camera that has an APS-C sensor, for example. This is a photo made with the phone, and here I used a Canon M50. For both images, I focused in the middle, on this leaf. Just look at the differences when it comes to texture, but also color accuracy. No Photoshop was involved. This is how the photos came out straight from the camera at the standard settings. The quality differences are clear, not to mention that these photos were made in optimal lighting conditions. In a dark setting, the differences would have been dramatic. When it comes to the size, the APS-C sensor from the camera is 12 to 14 times larger than the phone sensor. This huge difference always intervenes in colors, in dynamic range, and in poor lighting conditions. Yes, phones nowadays have better cameras. Some of those are quite decent, but they are simply not better than cameras that have a big sensor. Only an untrained eye doesn't notice the differences. Let me tell you what I heard at a wedding. A guest told the photographer this: "What you're doing with the camera, I can also do with the phone." True story. The guest had an iPhone 11 and the photographer had a Canon 6D that has a full-frame sensor. Well, that sensor is 20 times bigger than what the iPhone has. The guest is a good example of someone who doesn't have a trained eye, and he also is arrogant. It was a fancy wedding. May all of you that are watching this video become rich and prosperous, but when you get there, please, don't be arrogant. A photographer handles a lot of stress during a wedding, and he does a lot of things in that day. He mustn't be insulted. Coming back to our subject, the phone is weaker when it comes to image quality, but this is not the thing that pisses me off. I avoid taking photos with the phone because of the lack of control. With the phone, you're not clearly seeing what you're framing, you don't have flexibility, and you don't have a quick reaction time. Let me explain. I thought about 4 levels of control. Level number 4, the best level of control, we have it with a camera that has a good grip, that also has a viewfinder and the fully articulated flip screen. This is the maximum level of control. The viewfinder is very important. You bring the camera up, immediately you see what you're framing, you adjust and shoot. You have speed, quick reaction time, but in some instances you want something extra. You might want to have a shot from chest level, from below or above. In all of these cases, the fully articulated flip screen helps a lot. Okay, this is the ideal case. Level 3 of control, we have it when there is no flip screen. It is integrated into the body and it stays there. But it does have something very useful. This nice piece of equipment that I think is essential for every photographer, the viewfinder. Level 2 of control, we have it when there is no viewfinder. Some cameras don't have it, like the Canon M100. The fact that it doesn't have a viewfinder makes the camera smaller, more compact, but it's quite difficult to have stability and the quick reaction time without a viewfinder. The good thing is this retractable screen. We can pull it up and it helps a lot. It has its disadvantages when we encounter strong lights or when we have reflections on the screen because we don't see what we're doing. But it's better than nothing. At least we have a flip screen. And here we are at the first level of control, the weakest, the phone. No viewfinder, it doesn't have a flip screen, and it doesn't stay good in your hand because it's too slim. On top of that, you always have to hold it parallel to your face to see what the heck you're framing there. If a photo opportunity appears, you have a slow reaction time. Flexibility is greatly reduced if we want to get a low or a high angle. Yeah, level 1 of control, the weakest. This is what pisses me off the most. This is why I avoid phone photography. I'm not against phones. Oftentimes they help. If you see something and you only have your phone with you, very good. Take a photo with the phone. At the ending of the day, the best camera is the one that you have with you. And now, somebody would want to tell me this. Okay, dude, but if you had an iPhone 13 Pro Max with 3 cameras, you would probably use it more. iPhone 13 also has a bigger sensor. You would use it more. Maybe yes. I like the wide angle lens that it has. I always liked it. I'm 100% aware that the new phones really create decent looking photos. And kudos to every person that gets the most out of their phone camera. But because I don't have a good control with the phone, no viewfinder and no flip screen, I oftentimes avoid it. I prefer the big camera. Maybe I will take a day or two and use only the phone for photography. In this way, maybe I will like it more. Let's see, this is a subject for another vlog. Now, I'm curious to see your opinion on this subject. Camera versus phone. You can leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you like this video, please press that like button and I'm gonna see you on the next one.